There's a interesting model that was produced by Gartner called the Gartner Hype Cycle for technology and ideas. And it's an interesting wave that starts off, there's a trigger, and then you have this peak of inflated expectations. And immediately after that peak, you end up with a trough of disillusionment because the inflated or unrealistic expectations haven't been met. And then once you get into the trough, you climb out through the slope of enlightenment and learning, and then you get to the new normal of plateau of productivity. So first of all, this is a really clever big consulting group rebadging someone else's work, which is Virginia Satir's change model, where you see that similar dipsy doodle. Now, why does Agile, why do I reckon Agile's in a trough of disillusionment? Well, basically the number of folks who are saying, oh, we don't need Scrum Masters, we'll get the product owner to do the Scrum Master job, Agile is dead, all of that stuff. So yeah, there's been examples where things haven't been as effective as they could. Now, one of the things that happens in a market when you hit that trough of disillusionment is all the people who jumped on the bandwagon without the credibility, deep understanding, and capability, they won't survive. Basically, business dynamics and mechanics. So the market is shrinking out of necessity because the market can no longer afford people who don't deliver. And this is a key point. Like, you're not using Agile or Scrum or Kanban unless you're focused on delivery. And so what does that mean? That means we need to define value, we need to deliver something, and then we need to attenuate whether that value was achieved. Wash, rinse, repeat. If your feedback loop's too long, if your value definition's woolly, if you don't get rid of your impediments, you're wasting your time. Hence the trough of disillusionment. So why do I think we're on the slope of enlightenment? Well, because we're having the discussion now. We can see it. The Agile conferences are shrinking, where people go to the Agile echo chamber to hear from other Agilists and just argue about small practices and rehashing other people's work. Whereas now people are really starting to reach out beyond the IT bubble into the broader organization and starting to treat it with the sincerity and the expectation that we need to help the whole organization deliver more effective value becomes more important. And so that slope of enlightenment means that we're now nurturing more sustainable professional change. And the organizations that will thrive through it, obviously the massive consultancies will still exist because they've got that massive buffer. However, this is, I think, the age of the enlightened entrepreneur that will be able to independently help organizations and guide them rather than your big consultancies. And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. That's what APD is all about. And that's why our team have got the invested experience to be able to support your individuals, team, and organization deliver more effective value in a humane way.